taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
It's a trap.
It actually is a trap.
It's a trap.
I will not show my independence, and I will not be making my own decisions.
In 2009, a bipartisan Congress created the Center for Tobacco Products at the FDA, and then the president signed us into law. And no, the fact that Congress and the president agreed on something is not what was historic. It was that for the first time ever, FDA, since the time we were established in 1906, we're really the gold standard agency to make sure that every product you put on or in your body is safe and effective.
Bullshit.
The FDA is expanding a recall of a popular blood pressure drug over concern it may contain an unwanted ingredient that can cause cancer.
Tonight, for people on medication to treat high blood pressure, the Food and Drug Administration is recalling several drugs that contain an ingredient, valsartan. That drug includes an agent that could cause cancer.
Pfizer recalls its popular anti-smoking drug Chantix over a possible cancer risk.
The recall was secondary to some unknown quantities of a chemical called NMDA. We do know that it can cause direct liver injury.
Now to the Food and Drug Administration and to questions of regulation. The salmonella outbreak and the major egg recall have raised questions once again about whether an agency charged with regulating drugs and food can adequately do its job.
I can share that, at least from where FDA's perspective is, we would prefer to not have kids on the continuum of risk, if at all possible. But we recognize that's not possible because kids are kids, and there's many, many, many reasons why they choose to do different types of things. If we get asked a specific question by a teen, either a direct message to us or via social media about the relative harms of vaping versus cigarettes, we try to be as clear as possible that if your comparator is a cigarette, vaping is less harmful. As kids are incredibly smart. I'm sure both of these gentlemen, I'm sure, see that, and they have a crap detector a mile wide. We have not tried to tackle that directly in any of our proactive messaging, but when we get questions specifically in social or direct message, that's when we have that one-on-one dialogue.
The FDA today calling it a dangerous epidemic.
The FDA calls teen vaping an epidemic.
Vaping is not as harmful as smoking.
You suck.
Well, welcome to the gold standard of vaping YouTube channels and Rumble channels and Twitter channels and all the channels for a bunch of chuckleheads. Yeah, this is the gold standard of chuckleheadery on the interwebs. Hello and welcome to the Son of Liberty Radio Show. And I'm me, and Kevin is in the back room, and we're here. We're gonna show you some of the shell gamery that I'm making up words tonight. The shell gamery that is going on in the World Health Organization, in the media. We're going to show you some. Don't look at what I'm doing over here. Look over here. The misdirections and the outright lies. But anyway, there's people. Mallory's here, and Steve's here, and Michael's here, and Homicidal is here, and Nick Orlando he's over there giving the peace sign. I do look spicy tonight. See, I'm wearing my sriracha t-shirt, so we're gonna be sriracha spicy tonight. But anyway, let's get Kevin in the room.
Let me ask you a question, Zippy.
No questions. What?
Well, it's a theoretical question. It's rhetorical, possibly. Are we going to conform to the demands of some organization that's telling us what we can and cannot say? Or are we just going to do what we're going to do anyway. I'm just asking because
we're gonna do what we're gonna. Do you see that Mike is in the chat room? Did you see Mike?
Good evening, Mike. I just want to make sure we're both clear on the same thing, that we don't care who says what we can say. We
are nonconformists. I identify as an old grouchy man.
I've been reading stuff, and
shit, you can read?
No. There's things like, I'll be right back. Among other things, I'm just checking to make sure that we're not going to conform, and we don't care who knows it.
No, that
Good.
I will agree to disagree, Kevin.
What's that? Yeah, well, I'm not going to agree to disagree to shit. You're going to come down here and take me by my tail? Is that what you're going to do?
I'm not going to touch your tail. I promise you. That's not my my flavor of the week, sir.
Again, good evening, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
I can't even come close.
So anyway, Kevin, how was your week? How was your week?
It's hot as balls. I tripped on the fucking sun 3 times outside yesterday, and I don't like that.
You are such a wuss. What's hot for you?
Huh? 85.
Kevin,
I don't live in Texas.
Literally, it's been 110 to 114 every day.
That's your
for like the last 5 weeks.
Live in Texas. If I heard you say it was hot, I'd be like, "And you're in Texas, fucker. What's the matter with you?" And I'm not. That's
what a sis. So my wife, So my wife met a new friend.
Good. That's less time with you
at the Zumba class. Who is a woman from Thailand, and she's married to an engineer. So she has a lot of free time. So they've been going out and stuff. But apparently, the Thai lady and her husband are both Second Amendment enthusiasts.
Are we allowed to say that?
So my wife says, I need to get a gun so that I can go shooting with my friend.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, so we'll go to the gun thing. I'll enroll you in a gun safety class so that, you can learn gun rules. I want you to be, I'm not going to teach them to you. I want somebody else to, because you won't argue with them, but you'll argue with me. And then once you've passed that class, then you and I will go to the store and get new guns.
That's right. That's part of the real deal.
She said, guns? I said, well, I'm not going to buy you. I'm not going to let you buy yourself a new gun if you're not going to buy me one too.
It's awfully nice of her.
I know, right?
What?
Yeah.
Never mind.
So we're gonna have some new shooting friends.
I encourage her to find more friends to have less time with you. That's what I think. It's probably best.
Mike, she wants a rifle. She wants a long gun. So I assume that since her little friend probably has an AR-15, that she's gonna want her first gun to be an AR-15, Kevin.
Well, then you can't argue with that.
I know, but then I will be able to buy myself an AR-15 because I saw some new mods to like fold away stocks, and you can essentially have an AR-15 pistol, and I really want that.
Well, tell her there's a 3-for-1 deal, and you get a better deal that way.
Yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, she would have like an M1, 30-06, all wood, like tank gun, like
Yeah.
But I already have one of those, so
just depends on what you'd like to be taken out with. That's what you should get her.
Well, shit. I mean, she can just reach into the bedside table, and do that with no effort whatsoever.
Yeah.
But so I got another funny story.
I'm ready.
So I have a new patient who lives on the island out here. You know, we have beach life out here. There's an island. And he's like a 65-year-old man, and she's like a 60-year-old woman, and she's a little tiny another Taiwanese or Thailand woman.
Okay.
But he's had a bad stroke, and he has issues. He has some aphasia issues. He can't speak. He has trouble with the words, and he gets frustrated really quickly. But one of the words that he can say quite well is fuck.
Yeah.
So when he gets mad, he fuck, he does that. So the wife says to me today, his wife, not my wife, his wife says to me today, and I'm not making fun, but is it natural for him to say fuck all the time? He's been fucking me all day.
Is that part of his therapy?
when she said that, he started to turn red.
Oh,
and I said, well, if he can do that all day, then I don't need to be here anymore. And he started laughing, and she didn't get the joke.
Oh.
So he can understand everything. The poor man just... But yes, I mean, he's been fucking me all day. And I'm like, I think there's a language barrier here. He's been saying fuck all day.
You're just wrong.
I know. But it was so funny. And,
it is funny.
And he got a laugh out of it, and then he relaxed after that. Like he did good in his therapy today, but it was just when she said that, he was so mad. He was already... So he was getting mad because she was telling on him.
Well, sure.
That he'd been getting angry and frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she said that, I busted out loud. He was getting red. And when she said that, I just started laughing. And then the ice was broken. It was awesome. But
I tried getting it up, and then it went back down, Mike. Oh, innuendo.
I keep telling Kevin that he needs to raise it to fix his camera, and he won't do it. So he only wants you guys to see this much.
I got the computer on a stand. I'm not moving the stand. I like my eye level. To me,
do you have
this
a
is
separate camera, or is it just the laptop camera, Kevin?
No, it's a separate camera.
And it's not adjustable?
Well, yeah, it's adjustable.
So you could tilt it down a little bit?
I can.
Well, everybody's bitching that they can only see this much of you.
They don't need to see any more of me than they already do. There you
right. Well,
look, I got a neck and everything. Look at that.
Then you just get further away from the camera.
Well, I could do that too. Yeah.
Yes, Raj is right. Cursing has been proven to release tension. That is true.
Fuck.
That's why
we do so much of it here.
Yeah. Well, my wife says, "What?" Last week, she's like, "Who were you yelling at?" I was like, "I wasn't yelling at anybody." And she said, "You were cursing like it," and I'm like, "I don't remember that."
Janice says, "How can you guys talk for 3 or 4 hours? Don't you run out of shit to talk about?" And then you do it every week.
Well, we're not talking to each other. We're not like...
No, we don't even like each other.
No, but here, look. This is only one. This story that I'm going to show you, Kevin, is only one of about 200 different variants of the same story in different places all over the country this week.
I know.
So let me present this screen here. Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. We're presenting a screen, and let's play this.
Derby School District is starting the year off with changes.
It's cracking down on vaping and educating students on the effects. KSN's Molly Jones joins us with the story. Good morning, Molly.
Good morning, guys. The district is implementing a new mandatory curriculum for 5th through 11th graders, and vape detectors are now installed in bathrooms. Panther Watch is also new, and it brings
a new curriculum. So they're going to teach a class
on things vaping? They don't know anything about. Yeah.
I mean,
Why not? They can make everything else up.
Are they teaching them how to do it, or I mean,
parents and people in the community inside the school to help students. The new curriculum teaches what's inside a vape, how addictive vapes are.
no, I call BS on this, Kevin.
Well,
I call BS because they said that part of it says right there, what's inside a vape. Now, how many times over the last 10 years have we heard, we don't know?
I have a list of the people that know. You ready? Here it comes. Here, ready? There it is. That's the full list right there of people who think they're experts and know things. That's what they know right there.
Now, this next thing is how addictive vapes are. We will present to you tonight 2 different new studies. One that says that vaping is more addictive than cigarettes, and the other one says that vaping is a public health miracle.
Well, how can 2 different sides be exactly alike and wrong at the same time?
Let's keep going here.
In both current and long-term effects.
Now, again, long-term effects. How many times over the last 10 years have we heard we don't have enough research to say what it's going to do in the long term?
We probably got 100 years of vaping in the room worth of. I'm at 10, you're at 12, 13.
Well,
there's 23 right there.
And Nick is like 150. So
yeah.
Oh no, you're talking about the number of years vaped, not age. Okay, I got you.
We got
the
over
principal
100.
at Derby High says over the last few years, she's watched vaping become normal for students.
That's what people do, and they don't think twice about it in a lot of circumstances.
Now that did not look like my principal.
Hey, thanks, Gretchen, for ignoring it for 10 years, and now you're just now getting concerned. I love it.
And her name is Pontius. that tells you everything right there.
Well,
she's going to wash her hands is what she's going to do. Yeah.
Circumstances, it's accessible. They keep it in their pockets. It's easy to pull out and use it and then put it back.
Oh. So that means that your teachers are not watching your students? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
I mean,
Patrick,
if when I was in school, if I was in class and like a puff of smoke came from me, the teachers would immediately know.
If you'd
the nuns would have immediately known and then hit me like repeatedly.
If people are pulling things out of their pants, they need to know. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
The principal encourages parents to also talk to their kids about the dangers of vaping. At 5:30, a doctor weighs in, sharing how this will affect your body and trends she's seen in recent years. Here for you, Mally Jones, KSN News 3.
The Derby School District is taking new measures to put a...
Yeah, this is multiple. This is multiple pieces all in one piece, Kevin.
I feel better
that
because
first 1 minute and 6 seconds was one piece. Now there's another piece.
They're here for us. That's what they've said. Better.
Yeah. Nick says, "What's wrong with today's youths?
Them damn youths. You got.
Yeah.
They don't know what kind of engine's in that car. That's what's wrong with them."
Mm-hmm.
Stop to vaping this year.
Vape detectors are installed in schools, and there's a new mandatory curriculum for...
I think it's the same piece. I think it is. Yeah.
Good. Nothing like propaganda being repetitive.
So Omicidal says that you need to buy yourself one of these.
One of these? A stool?
Yeah. No, one of these jackets like this. Yeah. See, now I hate to tell this fella, but that jacket is about a size too small for him. You see here where he's got his top buttoned over here, and you see this, and his
I don't mind.
His middle area there is making the jacket too tight. That's why he's holding the tablet in front of his belly there. You see that he's trying to.
I don't mind the color. I think it should be a little more. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be a little more pink, though. It's not going to be that light or pastel.
No.
I want it to be. If I'm wearing pink, it's going to be pink.
You got to show your feminine side,
In fact, I had to sadly go to a funeral yesterday, and I put on a dress shirt that did fit me a couple years. It don't fit no more. It's just I couldn't wear a tie, Patrick, because I couldn't button the damn thing.
Dude, the last time I had to tie a tie, like I used to wear a tie every day. And then I made a rule that I would never do that again. Like I would never have a job where I had to wear a tie again.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that, I was successful at that.
Yeah.
And now if I get invited to something fancy schmancy,
you don't wear one.
I had to open a YouTube video to remind myself how
I've done that. I can usually do it. Once in a while I go, wait a minute, that's not right. I like Windsor knots though. That's what I want.
Well, there are videos on YouTube that teach you all of the different knots.
Every kind, yep.
So all of them.
I like Windsor. Windsor's the easiest for me to remember.
Yeah. So here is a new PSA that has been released.
Oh.
And you're gonna love this one.
I love it. I already love it already when the public is being serviced. I do.
You're gonna love this. Here, let's.
You still vaping? You know what that's costing you, right?
I've seen this.
Lung disease. I'm talking about missing out on awesome stuff. Check this out. Average spend on vapes $1,000 to $1,500 a year. You realize?
Now, I have to ask if this PSA is saying that kids are spending $1,000 to $1,500 on vapes a year.
Yeah,
they could literally go out and get like a custom made billet box and e-liquid for a year.
That's
for $1,500
a month. Yeah, it's $100 a month is what they're averaging, I guess.
I mean, I have a few to show you. So I mean, I know.
But are they for sale for the kids?
So, here's a really cool one with like a window in it, but if they're spending $1,500 a year on vapes, where is this $1,500 coming from?
What if they were spending money for $1,500 on, I don't know, makeup? Would anybody give a shit?
No.
Or
Well,
fast foods?
She needs some of that makeup money. I'm not. Oh, that's cruel, Kevin.
I didn't say.
That's what you can get for that? Your vape is straight up robbing you. You just gonna sit there with your head in the cloud, or are you gonna get what's yours? Kicks. So many kicks. A VR headset.
Now, the other thing, boys and girls, is this PSA is not going to do a damn thing because these kids aren't having to work for their money. They're not having their moms and dads are buying them all these shoes that they're showing in the locker there, or the VR head gear, whatever that this guy's mommy and daddy are going to buy that for them. So,
and the kids that are vaping aren't the ones that are going to be able to do it anyway, even if they had the money.
The kids are watching this video going, my parents are going to buy that shit for me anyway. This is the worst PSA I've ever seen. I mean, it has no. I mean, this is something that the parents are going to see and go, oh, look, they're doing something about this vaping epidemic, Kevin.
Yeah, they are.
Easy there, EJ. New drone. Limited edition comic books. Stylish lashes. A drum kit. Sounds dramatic.
Hey, Kevin, I vape and buy limited edition comic books.
Do you know?
I mean,
I saw your tweet.
Yeah,
I saw a tweet from
I even got some vintage Savage Tales of Conan this week.
See, there you go.
Well, these are vintage.
Well,
see, everything's cooler when you call it vintage.
You have to give up them shoes for another month, I guess.
No, I did get a pair of new Doc Martens this week, too.
An epic makeover. You look fierce, by the way.
I know.
No, I'm not even going to say it.
Karate lessons.
How effective is it really, Patrick, to, first of all, this is like the Florida thing we did 1.5 years, 2 years ago from Jacksonville, some fucking where down there in fucking Nickland. When you're going to stigmatize them to begin with and go, well, but you could have this or this or this. What does that do? It doesn't do anything.
The one in Florida was the one that was like that was.
Well, that was bullying, period. But
yeah, bullying. Yeah, that's the word.
Period. That was bullying, period. So I don't understand.
I'm sorry, Mallory.
Dance
don't understand what
There.
they're.
Nick says, "Keep Florida out your
Well,
mouth."
is Will in here somewhere? 'Cause- oh,
Keep Florida out your mouth.
GI Nick.
So anything good in Florida, Nick wants to take credit for, but anything
I
bad
saw that
in
alligator
Florida,
fucking thing too. That was funny. Guys just golfing and the alligators walking on by. Nobody cares. I love that.
that's somebody's pet.
It was probably Nick's.
They get those lizards too that like freeze in the trees in the wintertime, and then when they start to thaw out, they just start dropping out of the trees. That's why Nick
Drop
doesn't go
lizards.
outside at the beginning of spring.
Awesome, the judges will love. Bling bling. And thousands of other
bling.
cool things you're letting slip away. Like a dumbass. Vaping is
Ooh,
Well, see, this is about enough for this. Is this the real cost?
no, this is a new. I'll show you in a minute.
All right.
slip away. Like a dumbass.
Like a dumbass.
Hmm.
So that's the kind of language that we're letting school-age kids do in PSAs.
Well,
now?
the school-age kids who don't vape but can afford their alcohol will probably talk like that, Patrick. It could or might. I don't know. Who knows?
Vaping isn't your friend, people.
Actually, I have a friend that does a graphic novel called Florida Man, guys. I'm just saying.
Well, Nick should
Look
be
up,
on the cover.
look up Mike Barron on the Googles. He has a website, and you can buy his comic book, Florida Man. He is also one of the legendary authors of the Punisher comic as well.
I don't know why Nick's not on a comic already. He should be on the front cover.
He is. I'll show you one in a minute that he's on.
And even if it was, it'd be that one friend that all your other friends hate. Because friends don't steal friends' shit.
Friends don't steal friends' shit.
See, now I've lost all hope in the next generation again. It just went out the fucking window.
Yeah. Let me
Get off my lawn, little girl. Stay away from me.
So the name of this campaign is Ditch the Vape, and it's by the Evelyn Lilly Lutz Foundation.
Well, who in the hell is Evelyn Lilly Lutz? Who is that?
Well, it says
What
here,
is-
the Evelyn Lilly Lutz Foundation's youth-focused spot created by McCann Global Health and directed by Greenpoint Pictures' Allison Swank Owens shows how e-cigarettes can hit you hard in the dollar. Hit you hard in the dollar.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, this is, I mean, that's very sharp-looking, highly produced video of a little girl being rude and saying foul words to show other kids that it's okay to be rude and say foul words.
Yeah.
Now, and Nick has an honest question. Honestly, how many of you would have listened to this BS when you were kids? None of us. No kid is going to see this. I mean, obviously,
Nick.
when we were kids, we were less entitled than the kids are today. But these
It's
kids are
the
going to
egg.
watch this video and they're saying, "Oh, well, you're wasting your money on that vape. You could be spending your money on all this cool shit." Well, see, the thing is these kids today are so everything's handed to them anyway. I don't want to sound like that man, shooing kids off his yard, but it's true. These kids today, if they see a new pair of shoes they want, their mommy's going to buy it for them.
My
So all of this
generation.
stuff.
My generation tried to bake our brains like the egg on the pan. That's what I'm saying. That's it.
Yeah.
I can't get it. It's not sizzling right. I don't understand.
I mean, Kevin,
Give me some more.
I want an honest response to this question. If little Logan came up to you and said, "Grandpa, I want a new pair of tennis shoes," you would go buy him a new pair of tennis shoes.
After he mowed the lawn, like for 3 weeks.
Oh, you wouldn't make Logan mow the yard, you jackass. Don't even. Don't
getting them
even
handy.
lie. That boy
Look, he's-
that boy's got you wrapped around his finger.
Jeremy asked me about writing checks because they don't do that anymore, I guess. And I had to write a check the other day, and I had my checkbook out. So the topic came up. He said, "You could write me a check." I said, "You're right, I could. It's all in the wording." Now, he said, "Well, you'd write Logan a check. I'd write that motherfucker a gazillion-dollar check. If that's what he wants, he's getting it."
But you motherfucker ain't getting
It
shit.
ain't, but it ain't really gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna bounce.
Yeah,
which he didn't understand either.
No. Well, you know, when I was a kid, I went to college with what we called bowheads. They were the the Richie girls that had the traditional Southern bowheads. We called them bowheads because they were Southern aristocracy. They were
belles.
They were from And I had a friend whose girlfriend thought that as long as she had checks, she had money.
Yeah. I know.
And
I
the dad called her one day and he's like, "What are you buying?" She said, "What do you mean?" She said, "I keep getting alerts from the bank and I keep having to put more money in the bank because you keep writing checks."
Oh my God, another one on my side, for Christ's sake. Yeah.
Caught on camera. A number of suspects breaking into a convenience store, even using an SUV to ram down the front door.
This all happened Tuesday morning at Mini Superette on
those damn
Southeast
Michiganders
Grand
are almost
Rapids,
as bad as
Virginia.
those
Science
Floridians.
That's so sad.
Is live in the newsroom. Carla, what does the store owner have to say?
Nate Juliet, as a hardworking business owner, he's devastated his store was destroyed and burglarized. He hopes the suspects are caught and face jail time.
Surveillance video at the Mini Superette captures several suspects trying to smash the front glass using a bolt cutter. And when that doesn't work,
Mom's car.
They break into the car. They pull the car back to that door here and smash the whole door.
So how do you go home at night and say, "Mom, I backed into something with my car, or with your car, or the car"?
Well, we assume they're children.
Well, they look teenager size.
Do they have any taser marks on them? Pretty tall.
Let's see, they were showing them here, right about here. Yeah.
smash the front glass using
Yeah, this one definitely looks like a teenager. He's a little long and lanky. But yeah.
a bolt cutter. And when that doesn't work,
Now, no adult car owner is going to do that with his car.
Well, not a responsible adult car owner.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
But when you need to vape, you got to do it.
And they break in with the car. They pull the car back to that door here and smash the whole door.
once inside and undeterred by the alarm, they used the bolt cutters to get behind the counter where owner Parminder Multani says they stole some cash and a lot of vape pens.
They didn't touch the liquor. They didn't touch the cigarettes. Just a vape.
They walked right past the liquor. Like,
wow. No, these aren't real people. Then there's no way.
I mean, they got some. They got tequila.
Don't see the Mad Dog.
Here.
Where's the Mad Dog?
Canadian.
No Mad Dog?
This is they only show that this is all from here. The Altos over. These are all tequilas, and you got a little brandy, some scotch, and then from American blend, Canadian. All this is Canadian whiskey. So they didn't. They should have got footage of like the good booze and the bourbon at least, you know. But
They didn't touch the cigarettes. Just a vape. There were 4 of them, all they covered their face with the mask.
He thinks between the damages and items stolen, the loss is around $10,000.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
Multani says his store is a family store. He cares about his customers and staff safety.
Now I'm wondering though, because obviously I don't think they showed what vapes they stole. Were they CBD vapes? Were they Delta
Right.
8, Delta 10? Well, you know,
That's not
they just say
important,
vapes.
Patrick. It's not important.
Well, I mean, contextually, you know.
To who? The chuckleheads watching this don't know. And honestly, do they really need to? No. There is no journalism.
He goes through a lot of effort to keep it clean, too. So seeing it destroyed was heartbreaking.
You want to cry, you know, when you see your store. It's like a baby.
Now, I do have to say, when I was a kid and I worked in retail, we never left money in the cash register. Ever.
Well, if it's family owned, they may. $100 or something, probably.
I mean, we locked every fucking penny up at night in the safe.
False sense of security.
It's like a livelihood too. I mean, you spend all the money, all the time here, you know, it's like a 24-hour job here. And when you see everything broken, you just want to cry. That's what happened to me, you know.
He hopes the community will continue to support him. And those responsible will get what he says they deserve.
I hope police will catch them.
Well, we hope, but you know.
Yes, Nick. Yes, sir.
See, that's the cop in Nick over there.
Well,
but I mean, call me crazy.
All right.
That seems like they did more damage to the back of that car than they got in stuff. You know what I'm saying?
If it's not their car, they don't give a shit. Mom, somebody backed into me. Well, why is my car on news tonight? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I've lost pretty much all confidence in the young Gen, whatever the fuck they're called.
I feel bad for the, you know,
for the store owner,
prosperity of our species. You know,
yeah.
I'm just saying. So, Kev, if you're a vape company and you use nicotine, you are regulated out of, you know, business, essentially.
This existence, yes.
Yeah. Because nicotine is so addictive that the government feels like they have to kill you.
It's evil.
They have to run you out of business. But
tase anyone who uses it and run you out, yes.
Because of the fruity flavors.
Well, that depends.
But you're marketing to kids because of the bright colored packaging and
it's the advertising. It's the nicotine, it's the flavors, it's the advertising. Which one would you like to go with now?
So if you're a company and you want to use you want to make a product that appeals to that same audience that would be attracted to brightly colored packaging with fruity flavors and that delivers nicotine.
All right.
But you don't want to be a vaping company.
Yeah.
Because they're being regulated out of existence.
Okay.
So now I'm going to show you something and you're going to scratch your head. I mean, you're going to say, what?
I don't have much.
So this is Fast Company, which is a website about investments and stuff, right? So it says Juul got young people addicted to nicotine. This startup wants to help them quit.
Oh,
and this is the founders of the Gen Z pimple brand Starface have a new company selling nicotine gum and lozenges. Will young vapors flip for blip? So now if you look over here, now this is brightly colored, fruity flavored gum that has the same active ingredient of vape. So the only difference is that this is an actual gum or an actual candy instead of a vape.
This candy.
But it's exactly, these are lozenges. I mean, I would say a lozenge is candy. It's fruity flavored confection that you put in your mouth. That's candy.
Yep.
And this is gum. So, I mean, they have fruit freeze and mint freeze and fruit. And oh my God, it's in flavors. It's in brightly colored packaging. It has nicotine, and it's going to help vapors quit vaping.
It's going to help kids. Wait a minute, you said kids, I thought.
Well, yeah.
Or just vapors in general?
It says Juul got young people addicted.
Oh, young people, not kids.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's just young people.
So now will young vapors flip for blip?
Well, now, Nick, we damn well know better. It ain't. Now, here's my thing.
I've as far as I can tell, all of these nicotine products that are available, other than vaping, are not FDA approved. Like the gums and stuff. There's always a new brand of gum or dissolvable pouch or whatever that's at the convenience store. None of them are FDA approved, and FDA isn't going after them.
No, they don't care. So I guess this is like a trifold thing. One, where are the parents against gums and lozenges?
Yeah.
Two, if they're against gums and lozenges, then I question their integrity for that. And three, I just can't see these kids wanting to do this to start with. It's just not something that they're going to do. Because if they did, they'd already be swiping Nicorette off the fucking shelves already. That's easily accessible from a 2-year-old's stance at my stores. So it's cute.
Mike. Nicotine gum is not proven not to work. Nicotine gum is proven to work 6% of the time.
7. It's 7.
No, 7 is for all NRT.
Oh, you're right.
And only with the additional counseling from a stop smoking counselor.
So anybody that wants to stop smoking needs to go see Professor Glantz and bring his ass a patch and some gum and then some lozenges like these, and then go see Professor Glantz, Dr. Puff and Stuff, we'll call him.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm going to read this. There's a direct to consumer strategy that follows a familiar game plan. Take a medical grade product for a common problem that's gone off patent or recently approved by the FDA for over-the-counter use, market it to a targeted segment, make bank. Think of Hims, which is for hair loss, or I can't even sildenafil for PP problems, Cove, which is for migraines, Rory, which for eyelash growth, and upcoming O-pill for norgestrel that's the morning after pill. And so all of these are pharmaceutical products that have recently fallen off of the prescription only pathway, or the patents have expired and people can make off label or generic versions. So launching today, the smoking cessation company Blip takes a similar approach, albeit with FDA-approved nicotine replacement therapies that become available over the counter in 1996. So they're saying that they don't have to get the individual product approved because there's already an approved version.
Like in kind.
Yeah. So this is basically a equivalency, substantial equivalency apparently for drugs. So you don't have to apply or anything. Blip delivers its NRTs not only to consumers online, but also via select CVS stores across the country. The retro packaged gums and lozenges are being marketed to a generation that never encountered the Marlboro Man and Joe Camel, but that got hooked on nicotine anyway thanks to candy flavored Juuls. See how so if it
making shit up.
I can't understand how they can believe they can go over here and say that Juul is so evil and addictive because of candy flavors, but essentially the same active ingredient provided in a different delivery method with those same candy flavors over here, this is okay because it's a different delivery method, Kevin.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah. There are 30 million Americans that are smokers or vapors, and more than 50% of them are young adults, said Blip president and co-founder Allison Lord, a beauty industry veteran who previously oversaw brand partnerships with Ipsy, whatever Ipsy is, and who is a former smoker. Quitting is hard, and just because a product exists doesn't mean that people consider it.
Huh.
She says she tried to quit 10 or 15 times across 17 years and eventually kicked the habit last year, but never once thought to purchase Nicorette. That is until she was approached by serial entrepreneurs. Brian Bordanic and Julie Schott about overseeing a new smoking cessation company that they were founding. The pair are behind the acne patch brand Starface, a Gen Z favorite, plus a waterless body wash that comes in dissolving packages, and Julie, an emergency an emergency contraceptive. That's the morning after pill, boys and girls. The idea for Blip came during a Starface photo shoot with model creator Josephine Lee, Princess Gollum.
No idea.
This young lady over here is Princess Gollum. She has red eyes.
Never heard of her.
I don't. Well, we're probably too old. We're not. We're not in the correct demographic for this.
Obviously.
Who was an avid vapor seeking to quit, according to the company lore. Lee asked Schott if she could do for the nicotine patch what she'd done with the Starface patch. She and Bordanic did a little research and realized no one else was creating a new Nicorette dupe. That's true. That would appeal to young smokers and vapors by growing a community of quitters and their peers. We wanted to create something that was cool, that people will love and start a conversation. People have ignored, explains Bourdain. You know how many times have we said on this show, Kevin, that NRT has not been innovated? There's been no new things in the NRT world. Even Scott Gottlieb said that.
Yeah.
That there had been no advancements in NRT.
None.
And, somebody actually was listening and said, you know what, let's just, but there have been other nicotine replacement therapy companies that have been producing nicotine pouches and the like for the last 5 or 6 years. Yeah. In April of 2022, they recruited Lord and assembled a founding team that also included Mark Rubenstein, an MD and leading teen addiction researcher who now serves as medical director for Blip. He understands the company's target demographic well. From 2019 to 2022, he was at vape giant Juul, researching underage uses and ways to reduce teen vaping as the VP of Scientific and Clinical Strategy. Before he was a professor and researcher at the University of California, San Francisco, primarily studying teen smoking cessation.
So, was he tongue-in-cheek? Was he at Juul and he understood how to market to teens, and now he's going to do it here? Is that what's going on?
Well, apparently he cut his teeth as a professor and researcher under a glance at UCSF. Then he went to Juul. So he studied teen addiction here. Then he went over here and put teen addiction on the map. And now he's created a new product that he says will help teens not be addicted to the Juul anymore, be addicted to my gum.
Then, well, if this was, flavorful and concealable, wouldn't they already be using the patches and the gums at schools? Because nobody could find them.
There's no patches here. This is just gums and lozenges.
Well,
so if you're a teacher and you see a student pop out a piece of gum and put in his mouth at school,
there you go,
or a piece of candy,
you're
not going to make a fuss about that, right?
That's exactly right.
So these little kids can just continue to get their nicotine while they're at school. I'm actually quite supportive of that if that's what they need to focus on their schoolwork.
Well, easily concealable. I mean, come on.
Yes, it's fruity flavored. It's easily concealable. It's got bright packaging. Yeah. This has all the hallmarks of a horrible vape brand, but will make millions as a mediocre NRT brand.
Well, I don't know about millions, but all right, I'll let you.
Hey, these kids today, they're gonna, look at this. There is no timeline for quitting, so Blip created a QR code that quickly takes users to Blip World, where they can find information on how to access and join the company's community of fellow quitters. And to really hit home that quitting can be fun and communal, taglines are cheeky. No ifs, ands, or buts. And die another way.
Blip
gets you off.
That sounds like an addiction to me. Oh my God.
And it says,
hey, they've done that, Michael.
Look at that. They said we were pretty proud to get that tagline passed through CVS. So
now
CVS, the company that raised hell about the addictive nature of nicotine,
yes,
fancy colored, fruity colored packaging and all that nonsense, is now approving a different nicotine product with the same asinine juvenile packaging, now with snarky buzzwords on them.
They in fact said in a tweet, any form of nicotine. So then I showed them their brand of the nicotine patch and gum when they did it. So yeah, any form. It's dangerous.
Blip is going to be a mega hit at retirement homes.
Blippity blipping. What you doing, Margaret? I'm blippity blipping.
You get the blippity blip off my
I'm blippity bingoing.
Kevin. You can't make bingo stereotype jokes about old people. You're gonna hurt Mike. You're gonna hurt Mike and Nick's feelings.
I was thinking of Ed actually, but it's all right.
Stop.
Blip gets you off.
So now that we've got a load of snark in us, Kevin, we're gonna get a little spicy here on Twitter.
All right.
Let me bring up my Twitter screen
here.
Hey,
did I tell you I'll be your Dr. Drew just for fun?
Don't mess up that's my tweet of the week, man. Don't be fucking with my tweet of the week.
Well, I didn't see your tweet of the week.
I put it in the thing.
I don't pay attention to you here any more than I do on the messages.
Stop it. You got to pay attention to me, man. All right.
Yeah, I'm blipping. Leave me alone.
Look, the wonderful Marla Glover is the first tweet right here on my feed, and she's in Kuala Lumpur. I would like to go to Kuala Lumpur, Kevin.
I'd just like to have dinner with Dr. Glover. You just sit there and have a conversation. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now we have presented a tweet here. With
this is not your tweet of the week, is it?
No. This is my live tweet of the show. We're gonna tweet or twit or post or X or whatever you want to call it at Pave.
Oh, the girls. Oh,
okay. So
the gaggle of Karens.
Let's construct a biting, snarky tweet at the Pave ladies. Let's see.
Ladies, for God's sake, why are you trying to give them any kind of kudos?
Exclamation point. Bright.
You twins.
What? No, I don't. You don't. Why is my B not working?
I don't know. You're not blipping enough.
My B is not working. There. Brightly colored. Do I want to put a U in there for our European friends?
No.
Okay.
Because they're
Brightly
wrong.
colored packages.
Yeah, we're Xing. We're blipping and Xing.
How do I make a check mark? Can I make a check mark?
You got to go down to your little smiley face. Best I can tell. That's the only way I know.
Let's see if we. We're gonna learn. We're gonna go over here to smiley face.
Now type in the word check. CHECK.
CHEC.
Nope.
Okay. What?
Nope.
What happened?
Go back up.
Oh. Where do I type this?
Where it says search MJoy emoji, whatever the fuck it is.
Where's it?
It didn't
search?
type it at the top. Or you can do that.
I'm just gonna scroll.
You can scroll. We're blipping and an Xing and a scrolling.
I don't want any. Oh, there it is, right there. I can now see. There's a camera in my way. Oh, gosh, damn it! Oh,
there.
Okay.
Pick one.
Let's do the blue one. Yeah.
Oh, bastard! Are you blipping?
I hit it and nothing happened.
It's under you. It's under it. Imagine. Now you're gonna have like 5 of them. Hit the X. No, the X at the top. Scroll back up.
All right.
Well, you've got
now
extras.
I got extras. I don't have to go through all that bullshit. Okay. Check.
Dangerously blipping
Fruity. God damn it. My keyboard is just being rebellious. FRUITI. Flavors. Well, favors. I don't want no fruity. I don't want any fruity favors.
Well.
What else? Fruity flavors. Oh, addictive.
Lazy American
nicotine.
Bastard, I'm sorry you feel that way. Don't be using no lazy bastard American.
Actual gum.
Yum.
Oh, and
it's a party if you flip it.
Check. All right, now we can get rid of those.
Yeah. Danger.
I guess. What? See, look, I'm typing. Nothing's happening. I'm
just liking it.
I'm going to throw this fucking computer and keyboard. I guess that at parents.
VS.
There you go. There it is. Is gonna have to
call the FDA
their name to see. I'm hitting P. Look, nothing's happening. Mother trucker.
You broke it.
It could be all that fapping is making the keyboard sticky. I don't know.
Fapping and blipping and Xing and parents versus everything. That's what I'm thinking. It's probably best.
God damn it. See that? You see? Oh. There.
We never do see his hands, do we, Addie?
You never see my legs either.
No.
All right. Is that snarky enough?
I'm curious as to when the letters will go into the FDA. I mean, they like to write letters.
Let's bold that since I can do it. Yeah,
oh, look at you.
Ooh, look at that. I can bold it. Oh, what's his name? Time for
Rakamaka
at Dick
Durbin.
Is he a Dick Durbin or Richard Durbin?
Well, it's Dick. Last I knew.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Scold-like letter. Oh, now tag him. Don't you dare not tag him.
So let's see.
You can put Caleb in there if you like.
Who's the other one? Not Vivek. Ramaswamy. No, that's not Vivek. What's the other guy? The other gentleman.
R-A-S. I don't remember. I don't know his name. Raja. R-A-J-A. I think.
Yeah, Vivek Ramaswamy is the Republican guy. Raja.
I think it's Raja. But I think you can. I don't know if you put congressman or men. I don't remember.
Rep. Raja. No. No. You're not helping me, Kevin. You're not helping me. Why aren't you helping me?
I'm looking. Congressman Raja. So, Congressman R-A-J-A. There, I helped you. That's all you're getting the rest of the night. I'm pooped and parched now, having to work all that way over here.
All right. Okay, fine. Is that sufficient now? We've tagged enough assholes.
FDA, or do you want to do?
I already got FDA right there.
Or
so I'm supposed to do Hochul too.
Who?
Addie said Hochul. Who's Hochul?
Damn it.
Is that another representative? I'll add anybody. Don't you worry.
You want FDA or FDA tobacco?
Well, it's not tobacco though, Kevin.
Well, I know that, but
governor.
Oh yeah,
Governor Kathy Hochul, and then we could add Gretchen
Whitmer, Whitner, whatever the fuck her name is. I thought she was done.
Can you do at all 100 senators? Because I can't add them all manually. Is there a way to just do at all 100 senators? That would be cool.
Senate, I think, or
House. Well, no. You want individually to hit each and every one. I mean, instead of being at the Senate, which is just only goes to that one twit or X.
Blippers. Yeah, a bunch of blippers.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, blipping?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if I type in at all 100 senators, a tweet will go to at all 100 of them. Mallory, is that what you're telling me? I want to make sure because I don't. Then if it's wrong, then I look like a dumbass for putting it on there.
They're not gonna pay attention anyway. They've been warned about you probably by now.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I'm on a watch list somewhere. Let's see. Let's just here. I'll just post it, then y'all can forward it. Y'all can repost it. You can repost it to whoever you want, but yeah, there. Look at that. All of the horrible parts of vaping, just in a different.
Concealable.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
There.
They may as well just, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know why they're not already advertising for it.
We have stumbled our way through a live tweet tonight. See, there you go.
We've been blipping.
Or posting or whatever the frick we're calling it now.
Yeah.
Because it says repost. Repost.
Is quote tweet now hovering, or what is that called?
That's called reposting, Kevin. Reposting.
So if you blip and then you blip again, are you re-blipping?
I don't blip. I don't know what blip is. Oh, the company that owns that is called Blip.
Blippity bloppity bloop. Users.
And what is at tattered to hear? That can't be to hear Turk. He's idiot anyway.
Clown School cannot be out this early this year for him.
Here's a good story, Kevin. This is from Civil Service World website.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it says, I'm proud we made sure vaping was available in the UK, says Behavioural Insights boss David Halpern.
Mm-hmm.
Says Nudge Unit founding director tells CSW that vaping has saved an estimated 1 million years of life, but says the follow-through regulations have not been good enough. Behavioral Insights expert Professor David Halpern has told CSW, that's again Civil Service World, has told CSW, where was I at? Of his proudest achievements in turning around the government's policy on vaping to ensure that it was available in the UK. In a wide-ranging interview due to be published in the autumn, not the fall, in the autumn, said e-cigarettes have saved an estimated 1 million years of life in the UK. He said the UK has been leading the charge in Europe to get vaping banned, but he and former special advisor Rohan Silva took an e-cigarette to a meeting with them, Cabinet Secretary Jeremy Haywood, as part of a campaign to reverse the government's policy on the issue. While Hayward was unimpressed with the clouds of smoke Silva blew in his direction and others sampling the product, he was nonetheless a big supporter of vaping as a smoking cessation aid, according to Halpern. Halpern told CSW that recent criticism of vaping on grounds of its popularity among children and teenagers shows the importance of following through on good policy. Even if the starting point is right, the detail matters, and you have to keep working on it, he said. Data shows smokers are 60% more likely to have a successful quit attempt with vaping than with nicotine replacement therapy, such as patches, according to Halpern. He said that e-cigarettes are 95% better than a healthy perspective than normal smoking. Yeah, it's true. Huh. But because there wasn't tight enough regulation to ensure they weren't available to kids, there has been a creeping undermining of the policy, he argued. There is no doubt in people's minds, including many clinicians, that e-cigarettes are dangerous or worse than smoking. That's bullshit, Kevin. Now, later on, my wife's going to say, why were you yelling? You said bullshit, Kevin. Anyway, Halpern said vaping was always intended as a tool to help smokers quit. To continue that trajectory, he believes prescription-grade e-cigarettes should be made available with diminishing dosages over time to help wean smokers off more harmful. No.
They already got a limit.
No, that's
already 20.
Smoking is breathtakingly toxic, he said. Roughly half of health inequities, and I hate that word, inequalities, in Britain are accountable to smoking, but no company has brought an e-cigarette forward through the MHRA process because it's very expensive. We expected to see stronger versions, more sophisticated versions, which you could gradually reduce the dosage of, which would be available for prescription. But they haven't arrived. So e-cigarette companies haven't been available enough through the medical routes, which is the obvious place you want them. No. I disagree, Mr. Halpern. Even so, Halpern reiterated his pride in his role in ensuring vaping was available in the UK. I don't have regrets about the origins of the policy on vaping. It was a really good policy, and the UK was forward thinking about it. But the follow through hasn't been good enough, nor has the refining of regulations over time as the market evolves.
Louise Ross, Granny Louisa, on Twitter has starking, just an unbelievable story of, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to give these away, or however that ended up going. She started and just a one-woman movement to help people stop by trying e-cigarettes, whether it worked or not. She didn't know. She didn't know.
I actually had a very good movement earlier when I came home from work.
So for him to be at the cusp of the beginning of the, either way, I'm not sure who he is and why the medical necessity is a necessity. But Granny Louisa is one of the groundbreaking people over in the UK. One of, not for surely the only one, but she went against the grain at first because she was one of the first, if not the first, to do that in the smoking cessation. Leicester, I think, was the city or the name of the place. So with that, you can take whatever Zippy said with a grain of salt. And they didn't like it.
He said good things, he said bad things, but the whole idea, I don't want the government mandating my step down and whether I even have to step down.
Whether you even have the choice to, yes.
Right. I don't want them telling me, well, you know, the protocol says that after a month of this level, then you have to step down to this level. No, I want to do it in my own time. And if I get to a place where I'm happy, then that's where I want to stay.
If there's a protocol, I want to see the protocol on the patch, the gum, the lozenge, the counseling, and I want to see the result of said alleged step down methods and requirements and all the other big words that I don't know. So until then, what I want you to do is I want you to be sensible about your choices about telling me what the hell I'm going to do or not do. Before you say it, you better know what you're saying. Because I believed you 20 years ago. You fucks. Okay, I'm done.
All right, done. Are you?
I am done. I guess. I don't know. I got plenty of breath left since I don't smoke anymore. I can breathe.
Yeah.
Did you see Mike was thinking that we're having
so it says
post
here doctors.
Yeah,
I saw that. It was
warns.
Wasn't funny enough to share. It wasn't funny enough to share. Doctor warns vaping is more addictive than smoking cigarettes. This was published on the 21st, Kevin. Yeah. So it says vaping is supposed to wean you off smoking, but Dr. Sarah Kayat warned it could be more addictive than cigarettes. All right, we got a video.
Oh, we got to listen to her too.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's see if it's going to give me a commercial.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, we have different regulations here to.
Maybe not.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, we have different regulations here to.
I don't think it's going to work. As more research comes out about the health dangers of vaping, now Dr. Sarah has confirmed the habit can be more addictive than smoking cigarettes. On Monday, August 21st, Dr. Sarah explained vaping involves heating up a formulation which has nicotine in it. Okay, that's basically
the horror.
True. During her regular statement on ITV's TV Morning, she said often the nicotine found within vapes can be significantly higher than those in cigarettes. Prove it to me. The doctor then stated that vaping can be more
in the US, but ultimately,
see, when I scroll back up there, even after I hit the
it's quite difficult to study because actually they come in so many different forms.
Shut up.
Blippity blip blip blip.
Right. So the nicotine is there's the doctor even stated vaping can be more addictive compared to cigarette smoking. The Mayo, oh dear God, they're quoting the Mayo. How is nicotine addictive? The Mayo Clinic points out that nicotine goes straight to the brain, Kevin, The chemical releases the neurotransmitter dopamine. Dopamine is the reward dopamine is the reward. No, dopamine is a chemical that activates the reward center of the brain that causes feelings of pleasure and improved mood. See, I fixed their sentence for them. The more you smoke, whether it be vaping or cigarettes, the more nicotine you need to feel good. No, actually, I'm using much less now. Kevin, are you? Yeah, you started at something higher than what you are now, and you found a
24 and 18. Yeah,
director of clinical. Well, yeah. Now they're going to Johns Hopkins here. Director of clinical research at Johns Hopkins Medicine, Dr. Michael Biahe, or whatever, warned nicotine is highly addictive. The toxic substance raises blood pressure and spikes adrenaline, which increases your heart rate and the risk of a heart attack. While the health risks associated with smoking cigarettes are well known, there is now evidence linking vaping to chronic lung diseases and asthma. Kevin, are you breathing okay?
No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
Raj, are you breathing okay? Addie? Mike? Mallory?
Would they disappear?
Is your asthma okay?
Are they gone? Show me who's got a third ear.
I want to know. Where are your brain worms? Kevin, do you have brain worms?
No, I just went fishing. So
okay,
there you go.
Did you catch anything?
No.
All these people in the chat room say they are breathing okay.
Well, I don't believe them.
Who in the chat room used to get respiratory infections on a regular basis? You know, you would get bronchitis in the wintertime. And how many of you have gone a long time without? See, for example, I used to get bronchitis like clockwork every year when I smoked, Kevin. And I haven't had a bronchitis in 11 years now.
Damn.
11 years of vaping. I did have influenza A about 5 years ago, which was really bad. But I actually didn't have a cough. I didn't have a sneeze, but I did have a fever. I would spike a fever and start to sweat. And then I would break the fever and have chills. And that cycled for like 4 days.
You know,
but I didn't have any respiratory symptoms at all.
You know, Patrick, I
never did get the Rona.
I would say.
Oh, I said.
Well, who's listening anyway? What I would think, in my experience, was, out of personal opinion, not a medical diagnosis, I was so close to COPD that I could barely breathe. And if I laughed, I'd cough. If I walked, I would cough. If I sat down, I would cough. If I stood up, I would cough. If I coughed, I would cough. And I don't do that.
Cycle there.
I couldn't get through 5 minutes of a show with you without hacking. Just oh my God. And within a few days of not smoking, it virtually disappeared. It's I've never had a coughing episode since. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I really don't. And neither do they.
No, they don't. So this is here. Stop smoking. Yeah. Dr. Blaha or Biaha, whatever, said people who vape are exposing themselves to all kinds of chemicals that we really don't yet understand and that are probably not safe.
You can't say probably, period. You're not allowed.
No, he's a scientist. He can use modal verbs anytime he wants, Kevin. He's a doctor.
Yeah, me too. Oh my God.
He says there's chemicals that we don't understand in there, Kevin.
I tell you what, in the past 10 years, I've understood more about chemicals than I bet I ever thought I could. And then some. Thanks to people like you and Nick.
Stop smoking. Nick didn't teach you anything. Why do you keep trying to blow Nick? I want to know.
I'm blipping.
I thought you were like, I thought your guy crush was Dimitri.
Well, there is that man crush. I got a couple. Yeah. Don't tell him. Jesus.
I swear to God, Kev. Who won't you go gay for other than me?
Oh, other than you. There's always Fig.
You do like his hair.
Depends on how he flips his hair. I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway, the NHS stresses willpower is important when you're stopping smoking, but it's easier when combined with some extra support.
Yes.
Smoking cessation tools include NRTs and prescription-only medicines. And since it's the NHS, vaping has been approved. They did coincidentally, or, what is that?
You can't sing this.
They did kind of conveniently leave that off of the list. Even though it is actually on the list of the NHS approved cessation methods.
Well, how are those nicotine replacement therapies working out so far?
How convenient that they just happen to forget that off the list, Kevin.
Patrick, if you go to the doctor and the doctor says, Jesus, Patrick, you may die. It's a possibility. But we're going to give you this. Are you going to ask? Are you going to ask? And I'm not fucking with you. Are you going to ask them what are the chances? What is the possibilities? What are the success rates? Right? Because you're going to die.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting there saying, "Well, I want a patch or a gum, maybe I don't know if they work," you're not going to ask what the success rates are. I never did. I never thought about it. I never even crossed my mind. It never even emerged into my brain that it probably won't work. I just didn't think it would. I didn't know. So I tried it in good faith because everybody says, yeah, patches and gums and you fuck off. So there. Well,
yeah.
Nobody said 7%.
A new study shows serious respiratory symptoms may not take long to appear after a young person starts using e-cigarettes. Here's health reporter Gillian Neff.
I'm looking for them.
Users inhale and exhale aerosol that is usually a mix of nicotine and more than 30 other chemicals.
Chemicals, Kevin.
30 chemicals now. It's 300, it's 3,000, now it's 30.
More than 30 chemicals. Dude, literally, when my most like extravagant like recipe, which is number 11, which is a coffee tobacco.
Yeah.
It's very good, by the way. It's two of my favorite things all in one. It has 11 ingredients.
Okay, ingredients.
That's PGVG nicotine and 7 flavors. No,
okay,
yes,
but
7.
But then once you heat it up, you may have
those are no longer ingredients. Then Kevin, those are not ingredients.
Right. That's what I mean. So
those are byproducts. Those are if we're going to use the proper terminology, ingredients means what you put in the mixer to mix it.
Okay. Now, so the chemicals are what comes out of
any byproducts of the combustion of the heating, the vaporization.
Yeah.
And there are chemical reactions that occur over time. So when I first made this liquid, it didn't taste the way I wanted it to, but if I let it set for a while and it steeped, chemical reactions occurred inside of the bottle
slowly over time
due to oxidation, and now it tastes exactly like I thought it would.
Right.
So, yeah, just saying. But that is not ingredients; that is byproducts.
Tiny particles that researchers say go deep into the lungs.
E-cigarettes carry a potential respiratory risk.
While research on the long-term effects of e-cigarette use is underway,
No. That school that we talked about earlier already has it in their curriculum, Kevin.
Hang on. Oh shit! I could do that too. Fuck.
Here, watch this.
Hang on. You sons of bitches, you little cocks of motherfuckers.
Now I'm gonna make a gif of me doing that.
Can you touch your nose? Clearly, that's an impact of vaping. If you can't, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but let's see. Put your finger up to your nose there, George, or Georgette, whatever.
Well, and she didn't even put her arm out like this. She's not doing this, which is this field sobriety. She's got her elbow by her boob, and she's just lifting her finger up like this.
Not quite sure what the hell they're doing, but all right.
This is not an appropriate neurological evaluation because I do those and I know how to do those.
I've seen Janice take them.
And when you do that, you don't do it with your elbow by your boob. You do it with your elbow out like this and your hand out like this, and you do this.
Well,
this doctor over here is just putting on airs, is what he's doing.
Numerous studies. A new study is shining a light on the short-term impact. What can happen after just 1 month of vaping?
Shortness of breath and symptoms of bronchitis.
Researchers say those symptoms were reported after e-cigarette use, regardless of the use of cannabis, traditional cigarettes, or secondhand smoke exposure. The key finding, researchers say vaping.
Okay. Let me scroll back here for a second.
Yeah, say that again really slow for the rest of the
class. Check this out here.
Those symptoms were reported after e-cigarette use, regardless of the use of cannabis.
Okay. After e-cigarette use, regardless of the use of
traditional cigarettes or secondhand smoke exposure.
Okay, so they're saying people that vaped, then smoked pot, then smoked a cigarette,
and then stood in the back of a DC-10, and then came over to them.
But again, listen to the delivery again, Kevin. Let's go.
Shortness of breath and symptoms of bronchitis.
Researchers say those symptoms were reported after e-cigarette use.
So they smoked or they vaped e-cigarettes.
Yeah.
Then they either smoked pot or a cigarette. And they got damage because they smoked a fucking joint or they smoked a fucking cigarette.
Regardless of the use of cannabis, traditional cigarettes, or secondhand smoke exposure. The key finding, researchers say vaping can be harmful on its own. Previous studies have linked e-cigarettes to serious lung injuries when people are vaping THC, the potent chemical in marijuana, combined with vitamin E liquid. A CDC map from the time shows 50 to 99 lung injury cases in Connecticut, 150 to 199 cases in New York, and 100 to 149 in New Jersey. When a young person shows up at the hospital with lung damage or breathing issues, doctors say they now ask about e-cigarette use.
You see what they did? You see the shell game? You see they move they move the target. You see that?
They sucked you in and then changed it. There you go.
E-cigarette with pot and vitamin E oil.
I'm keeping your money. Thank you very much.
There's no fucking not a single e-cigarette on the planet that has vitamin E, oil, or cannabis in it because that is not an e-cigarette, Kevin.
Well, that's just like saying public health is smart. So.
Meanwhile, CDC officials say e-cigarettes containing nicotine are highly addictive and can harm the developing brain of a young person.
Where? Of
I don't
developing brain of a person, if that person just happens to be a rat that was shoved into a tube and then blasted with like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times the amount of vapor that they would do in a normal setting. No, let's put them in let's put them in a little plastic tube. I've got pictures, Kevin. I can go find them.
I've got them too.
Of poor little rats shoved into little plastic tubes and then blasted with vapor.
But Patrick, how do these brain-addled little bastards get their vapes then? How can they outsmart the adults? I don't get it.
Because
their brain damage is
their brain damage. And
Chocolate Man's here. See now,
Chris, you can't say she is full of shit because that type of language is not allowed to be used. You can't say a female is full of shit anymore because you'll get canceled. You can't say that.
Oh, I bet he can.
That's only one step better than if you'd have said they is full of shit. And if you know, you know. I'm just saying they or Z is full of shit. I've seen that one. Or Zer.
Hey, by the way, Logan loves Oreos. Just so you know.
Does he like Tootsie Rolls? That's the question.
I'm not going to introduce that boy to Tootsie Rolls right now.
Or Nutter Butter.
No. Nothing that's that sticky ever.
Or Now or Later.
No.
You ever have a Now or Later or a Nutter Butter and you get it between your teeth and then your teeth get stuck together?
Long time ago.
Impact their ability to pay attention, learn, control impulses, and have a
Kevin, pay attention.
Listen,
learn.
If they can't, how can they learn how to go get e-cigarettes? All I'm saying is I don't know.
Because they're brain damaged. They're so sneaky and smart. They're brain damaged.
A negative effect on their mood. Doctors say they need more study findings, but so far there's mounting evidence that vaping can wreak havoc on the brain and respiratory system.
Wreak havoc. Havoc.
Fucking havoc.
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
Well, Chris, we never know who is listening. Oh, now you're going to bring in the owl. Oh, my God. Earlier, we were blipping.
For more about it, go to our website, news12.com.
Now, I could teach her a thing.
I don't trust you, lady.
That's your fault. That is your fault, Chris. You have not been here.
I'm thinking that's right. Unless you got chocolate, then you're fine.
That happens because you have not been here to keep.
I don't know
Kevin
where the
in
cranky
line.
old broad is, and one good
working.
Hershey bar, I could be bribed.
It's Friday night. Half the Friday nights she's working, and the other half of the Friday night she's crashed out.
Probably causing Mark trouble. That's probably what
our
she's
brother
doing
Mark has not been able to sneak a picture for us in a long time.
I know. I'm concerned. You can probably hear him if you're anywhere near the back of her house. You could probably hear him in the ground somewhere. I don't know.
I'm afraid she's dealt with him in a violent way, Kevin.
I told her to get a freaking newspaper with his picture, but she never will.
Chris says he works on Friday. I thought he was like a stand-up comedian or something.
Just send chocolate. It's fine. One of them big ass Hershey bars.
I'm gonna buy him one of them giant Tootsie Rolls. Rolls.
Careful, he might vape it. I appreciate you coming in, Chris. It just kind of surprised me. I haven't seen you. I missed you.
He doesn't love us. I
miss him a whole fucking lot.
There are times where I will sneak into like Grim Green, and Chris is always in the Grim Green chat room. Always.
See, well,
always.
He probably likes him better.
And that neck tattooed son of a bitch never will come on our show. Like I've invited him. I'm just not inviting him anymore.
What the fuck is his neck tattoo got to do with me not liking you?
He has like a stormtrooper, like right here on his throat. You know, it's just,
yeah.
He's never going to get a job. I'll tell you that. Not at once the vape or the YouTube thing. I don't know what he's going to do, man. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Hydrate, people. Hydrate.
Drink plenty of beer. That will hydrate you.
Liquid of whatever source you like. Don't care what you drink.
So he says stand up is his hobby. My actual job is my job. But he won't say what is his. I bet you $10 he works for Tootsie Roll.
Probably an FBI informant or something. Or
No,
FBI
that means he's a
agent.
bad guy because most of the informants are like bad guys that they've caught and flipped.
I meant
Kevin
agent,
is not a
not
bad
informant.
guy. He's got that happy smile. He's got that smile. Like
What other dumb shit do you have, by the way? Just
there's some more. There's some more. I'm just saying. There's more dumb shit. I promise you.
Chris, I don't know if you've seen my finger or not. I just want to make sure. If you haven't, there it is. Because I don't like some of this shit.
Here we go.
Accused of not only just selling drugs, but selling drugs to kids. New tonight, our Kelly Kennedy has body camera video from the sheriff's office and reaction.
Now they got body camera footage, so I bet you $10 they don't tase anybody tonight, or tackle him and then while he's under like 4 cops, like punching him in the face. I bet you $10 we don't see that this time.
I bet he don't either.
Well, there's a sign right on the front of this vape shop that says they support the Portage County Sheriff's Office. But that didn't stop deputies from serving a search warrant on this business a month after it opened.
Well, so they got that poster that says they support the sheriff. However, this week they didn't pay their protection money.
Signs coming down.
Backwards. Keep them up. Put your hands on.
Body camera video shows the moments Portage County.
Oh, I was right, Kev. There's no violent takedowns.
Body camera
There's
video.
no holding the poor man down on the ground while they punch him in the. You know why, Kev?
I don't know.
I can't
why.
see.
Go ahead.
I can't see for a fact.
Body camera
Go
video.
ahead.
Put your hands on your head.
Body camera video.
These all look like white guys. So there was no tasing necessary, even when it wasn't necessary. But yeah, they even seem kind of polite. They're giving
Almost civil
instructions
so far.
They're giving instructions in a clear way. They're not yelling or holding their hands on on the handle of their sidearm. They don't have their mace out or anything. See how nice and orderly this is. They haven't.
Let's be.
They don't have 15 cops surrounding one guy. None of that.
Yeah. Not yet.
Odd. Let's keep going.
Video shows the moments Portage County Sheriff's deputies raided Puff City in downtown Ravenna. While it may have looked just like candy, what they found inside this vape shop was THC and psychedelic mushroom-infused drugs. And what makes it...
I want those psychedelic-infused mushroom drugs, Kevin.
Well, I can't help you.
Bring me the psilocybin. I want it. It's not legal here. Look at this. Look at this Oreo right here, Kevin. You see this?
I see the.
And it's a Batman style logo with Oreo milkshake. You see that?
Wonka bar.
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake!
They got their fruit punch roll up. Look at that.
Huh. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Shroom me.
Even worse, sheriff's deputies believe the business was selling to children.
It's almost like
believe.
you have a van. So
Wait, back. Stop.
That's just
What did she say? They believe they were selling to children?
Oh.
It's almost like.
It's almost. Listen. Quit talking. Listen.
When you have a van, so here, kids, here's some candy type kind of thing. That's just.
Now she's saying that these are pedos, that these are people driving around in a van offering candy to children.
I swear they said, I believe that they were.
No, she said it's like.
Oh.
No, the
Morgan
reporter's
Taylor
right
is a
before that.
hairstylist at Joseph Daniel Salon of Children.
It's almost like when you have a.
And what makes it even worse, sheriff's deputies believe the business was selling to
Sheriff's deputies believe.
So you can search warrant on beliefs?
Well,
what?
No.
Let me check.
No.
Let me check something.
I mean, they did have they did find valid, like illegal products there, Kev. Yeah.
on belief.
But they
I believe
might have some circumstantial evidence that
I
they could have busted a
believe you're a
kid
fucktard.
and say, "Where did you get this?" And they say, "We got it over there at that Puff City."
That's hearsay, is it not?
No, it's not. It's not
No.
hearsay. If the kid said, "I got it there," that's not hearsay.
Where's the receipt?
Well, that's still not hearsay.
Oh, he said.
Children.
It's almost like when you have a van. So here, kids, here's some candy type kind of thing. That's just
Morgan Taylor is a hairstylist at Joseph Daniels salon across the street. She's been noticing suspicious activity at the vape shop ever since it opened up a month ago.
People were trying to get in. It was obvious that something more was kind of going on. Peeking through the window, opening the mailbox, banging on the door, walking back and forth. Just go uptown. There's other vape shops.
So my question, Miss Morgan, is if you're open at 10, if your sign says you open at 10, and somebody shows up at 10:01 and the door is not unlocked yet, what do? They do this. There's nothing suspicious about this.
That's what I do.
Or if they have a mail, "Hey, are you open?" There's nothing suspicious about that behavior at all. She just wanted to get her nose ring fat self in the damn news article. I apologize.
Crazy old nose
But
wearing
they
bra.
were pretty persistent.
The sheriff's office says the store was open for 2 weeks before they received a complaint of illegal drugs and sales to minors. After a 2-week investigation, deputies raided the shop Monday. When they got there were customers inside the business, including some minors. Deputies say they found illegal.
See, Kevin?
Oh, look at that. Were they buying stuff?
How dare they knock on the door?
Selling stuff.
Yeah, Chris says knocking isn't a crime.
Oh.
Rod says suspicious activity. People looking to buy stuff. That's suspicious, Kevin.
Legal narcotics hidden behind the counter and in a back room.
I do think that that's awful.
Now-
And it definitely makes me nervous. I'm a mom. I have 2 small kids. And I would lose my mind if I found out a business was actually selling.
They said illegal narcotics.
Well, she must have just lost her mind then.
So Google for me, Kevin, what narcotics are.
Narcotics?
Yeah, I want to hear a definition of what narcotics are.
I'll look up narcotics.
Yes.
Narcotics, opioids, it says /opioids are controlled substances that vary from Schedule 1 to Schedule 5, Roman numerals, depending on their medical usefulness, abuse potential, safety, and drug dependence profile. That's looks like via the DEA themselves.
So, by definition, narcotics are opioids, which affect cognitive function. They make you feel happy. They make you high. So, I guess psilocybin could be listed as a narcotic.
Oxycodone, hydrocodone, Vicodin, morphine, and methadone are examples and types. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, and other are approved for treating severe pain, typically advanced cancer pain. That's CDC. That's our friends over there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out that they're using a word like narcotic to make people scared.
Well,
and if it's Delta 8 or THC or
you've got what are 5 narcotics? It says
Addie's got one here for me. It says narcotics, a drug or other substance that affects mood or behavior and is consumed for non-medical purposes, especially one sold. Okay, so maybe that stuff does fall into the. See, I was thinking narcotics would be more, the hard stuff, but okay. Okay.
What this says from campusdrugprevention.gov, 5 examples: heroin, LSD, cannabis, being marijuana, ecstasy, methaqualone, which I've never heard, and peyote. Which I've heard of. I don't know what that is. Peyote? Okay.
Peyote are magic mushrooms.
Oh, it is? Okay.
That's a type of magic mushroom.
Children.
I've learned the owner recently moved here from the New York area. He's now in the Portage County Jail and facing aggravated drug trafficking charges. Reporting in Portage County, Kelly Kennedy, 19 News.
So aggravated. So he was rude when he was selling. Apparently, if it's aggravated,
Why wasn't he on the ground?
Well, I already told you, Kevin. If he was black, he'd have been not. They'd have hog-tied his ass and peyote's a cactus, according to Toasty Cheese. Yeah, they'd have beat the shit out of him. I'm just,
right.
I'm just saying,
Now I feel like I need a haircut, bastard. I really do. Because I want to make sure she's out of her mind. Because she said if I ever found out, and well, now we found out, and then I'd like to see her without a mind.
So in more news from this very prestigious place called Musk, the Medical University of South Carolina, says the largest U.S. study of e-cigarettes shows their value as a smoking cessation aid.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Largest U.S. study of e-cigarettes shows their value as a smoking cessation aid.
Huh.
It says this is written by Leslie Cantu, and that there's a picture of a bald guy here. This is Matthew Carpenter, PhD. I don't think that they took a very good picture.
I won't hold the PhD against him. Go on.
All right, let's see.
I'm listening.
E-cigarettes do have value as a smoking cessation aid, according to a new study just released by a team of Musk Holdings Cancer Center researchers. Whether e-cigarettes should be considered for smoking cessation is a hotly debated topic, and different countries have taken different approaches. E-cigarettes contain harmful chemicals, which has led many public health advocates to shun them, but they are less harmful than traditional cigarettes, which can cause a dozen types of cancers, as well as heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and COPD. That's prompted others to say that e-cigarettes should be considered as a step-down method for adults who smoke and haven't been able to quit using FDA-approved aids like nicotine replacement therapy, lozenges, or pouches. This new study, the largest trial of e-cigarettes in the United States, showed that e-cigarette usage nudged people toward quitting smoking, even people who had entered the trial saying they had no intention of quitting. The results were published in eClinical Medicine this month. And then there's a quote here. It says, "This is not a panacea for smoking cessation," cautioned Matthew Carpenter, PhD, first author on the paper and a co-leader of the Cancer Control Research Program at Hollings. Nonetheless, he was surprised to find that all of the hypotheses tested in the study were confirmed. It's rarely the case that you're proven correct for almost everything that you predicted, he said. Here, it is one effect after another. No matter how we looked at it, those who got the e-cigarette product demonstrated greater abstinence and reduced harm as compared to those who didn't get it. Carpenter and his colleagues, including Hollings member Tracy Smith, PhD, Jennifer Dane, PhD, Michael Cummings, PhD, and Graham Warren, MD, PhD, designed the study in a naturalistic way to mimic real-world conditions as much as possible. Also a first for e-cigarette studies. Previous studies that have shown a smoking cessation benefit of e-cigarettes have been very structured, Carpenter said, in that they recruited people who wanted to stop smoking and gave them a very detailed instruction on how to use the e-cigarettes. Some people have said that's fine, but the results of those studies don't apply to the real world because the real world isn't structured, he explained. So what he did was take a hands-off approach. We called it a naturalistic approach. First off, we took smokers who did and did not want to quit. So right off the bat, not everybody wanted to quit. Secondly, we gave them very little instruction on how to use it, he continued. Instead, people were given e-cigarettes and told they could use them or not, as much or as little as they wanted. A control group didn't receive anything. The study showed that people in the e-cigarette group were more likely to report complete abstinence from combustible cigarettes. They were also more likely to report that they had reduced the number of cigarettes per day that they smoked and their number of quitting attempts. Quit attempts are an important metric because people usually need multiple tries before they can successfully stop smoking. The study included people from 11 cities from the United States and spanned 4 years. At the beginning, Carpenter intended to collect biochemical samples from participants in the Charleston area to verify their self-reports of smoking behavior. However, COVID interrupted that plan and made in-person sample collection impossible. Although that was a disappointing aspect of the study, relying on, well, it says replying on, I think it's supposed to say relying on participants' self-reports of their smoking behavior is still considered highly reliable, he said. The study.
Why would they lie?
Yeah, will be another data point for the public health community and policymakers in deciding how to handle e-cigarettes. No one wants e-cigarettes in the hands of kids, and we should do all we can to stop that. But we shouldn't do so by denying the option for adult smokers who can't otherwise quit, Carpenter said. He noted that other countries have taken a much more liberal approach to e-cigarette use in the United States. For example, in April, the UK announced a Swap to Stop program that will distribute vaping starter kits to 1 million people who smoke. In the United States, e-cigarettes are not approved as a smoking cessation aid, but Carpenter and Smith have just received funding for a study that will test e-cigarettes as a smoking cessation aid for adult smokers who have already tried 2 different FDA-approved methods. And Benjamin Toll, PhD, director of the Musk Health Tobacco Treatment Program, co-authored a commentary this month urging an education campaign for adult smokers to clarify that while neither option is safe, traditional cigarettes are far more harmful than e-cigarettes. Good stuff.
This one here seems to me as if, because when you're going to hand somebody something, go here, just figure it out. That's a good approach because they have the choice. They still have a choice. They don't give them any real instruction even.
We didn't tell them how often they were supposed to use it, how little, how much, nothing. Just here's the thing, figure it out, and tell us if it works or not.
And I appreciate that, actually. I'm sad they couldn't get biological stuff. That's probably far more important than we pretend to realize. The better part of this is that it just keeps adding to what we've already said all along. He obviously said it all along, and he's just being proven right, is what he said. That we've been right all along. I didn't care if I was right. I just want to make sure that you who are wrong say you're wrong.
That's
because I'd be sitting here saying I'm wrong. Fuck, this shit don't work. That's what I would be saying. In fact, I'd be saying it louder.
Oops, I was wrong.
Work. Oh God, yeah. Because I'm married. I'm used to being wrong. So it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
It's kind of the yes, dear, you're right, I'm sorry, method.
Nobody's
for the married
chatting
man.
over in the rumbles, Kevin. That's very disappointing to me.
You little rumblers.
My rumble, because here in a little bit, we're going to have to go from here to the rumble to do our exclusive rumble bit.
The tumble rumble. Rumble to the tumble.
We have
rumble.
made 1 penny, Kevin.
Can we blip over there?
And free transparent, to be completely transparent so everybody knows, we have made 1 cent.
Did you already spend it?
Off of our usage of the rumble. We've made 1 penny.
Well, we're doing something right then.
I looked when I was creating the live stream for the rumbles because you have to go through a process.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not hard either. But anyway, we've made 1 whole penny.
Damn.
That's our first penny. I'm gonna frame that penny and put it on the wall, Kevin.
Can you get me a screenshot so the next time somebody says I'm a shit, like, well, this is what we've earned so far, and then we have to split this.
And that's off. That's
wait a
off
minute.
of the old shows that we added, as well as the 4 or 5 actual live streams that we have.
I've never asked for a percentage, but should I get like 1/2 of 1/10 of 1%?
When we get 2 pennies, I'll give you 1 of them. Straight 50-50 division.
Damn.
You get 1 penny for every penny I make.
I'm gonna buy. The first thing I'm gonna do with my penny is buy a piece of chocolate for because Chris, I love him.
Dude, you can't get no chocolate for a penny. Not even like a little thin slice of a candy bar.
Good point, Eddie. I can't even get the wrapper probably yet. I know. We're gonna be in the chocolates. What we're gonna be.
Oh no, bastard! Somebody finally commented over in the Rumbles because I was lamenting that we hadn't had any Rumble action today.
You lament.
We will though, because that's where we're gonna do the vape cats tweet of the week is going to be over there at Rumbles tonight. And as a lark, while we're over in the Rumbles, we're gonna play a game of things that Kevin can't see, and we're gonna look at all the people. We're gonna look at tweets of all the people that have Kevin blocked.
No way.
Well, some of the people that have Kevin blocked, or me. There's a couple people that have me blocked too.
Can you do
not
that
as many as
Rumble?
Kevin? No, I can do that on the Twitter. I can just open an incognito tab.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I do that on occasion.
We can peruse the people that hate Kevin.
You know what?
And
The
there are
incognito thing came accidentally because I didn't want to bother people like Juka or Phil, if you're listening, to say, what the hell was that? What did it say? I just kind of try to figure out how to look at it myself.
Oh no, see, I'm lazy. I say, motherfuckers, screenshot that shit and show it to me. And they do.
Yeah,
they do.
I can be bribed with chocolate though, either way. So,
man, you're just coming on to Chris big time tonight.
pouring myself out. I know.
Just saying,
Can't help it.
I have to. For some reason, when Addie uses emojis, I can't see them. I have to go over to the YouTube to see what Addie. Is that a beaver? Did you put a beaver?
Stop showing your beaver.
Is that Addie? Is that
a family show?
Is that a beaver? Just saying.
What?
I need to contextualize that. No. Here's a new one for you. You're just gonna love this shit. I promise.
Right. Okay.
This is gonna make your day right here.
Don't make me point my finger at you.
Yeah. So this is from Anastasia Palazic, and she says, "We have launched this new online ad campaign to show young Queenslanders the dangers of vaping. We're determined to stop this dangerous trend, and this is just the latest step." So let's do this.
Vapes may seem sweet, but on the inside, they're hiding a dirty secret. They contain a cocktail of toxic chemicals that can kill cells in your...
A cocktail. Tail.
Well,
of dangerous cocktail.
Well.
Anyway,
it's funnier in Australian.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the imagery. Let's start over. Look, they got this chemical factory
I like the
thing
purple.
with the purple
It's
and the
purpley,
neon
cartoony
sign.
bullshit.
Yeah, this is nice. Let's look.
Vapes may seem sweet, but on the inside, they hide...
They got
They
a
kinda look
guy
like
in the
Bruni.
Breaking Bad. This is the Breaking Bad gear.
Was that Bruni sitting outside? It looked like Bruni was waiting outside that door. I couldn't tell.
No. If you go back here, there's a guy walking right here in the vape factory
I
window.
bet it is.
See,
No, maybe it's Paul.
That's either Paul or Bruni right there. I'm just saying.
Could be Paul. I don't know.
They seem sweet, but on the inside, they're hiding a dirty secret. They contain a cocktail...
Kevin, are you hiding a dirty secret too?
I got a couple.
Okay. Well, you
I
are.
don't know if they're dirty, but at 55, you ought to have a couple by now,
50, 65. Quit lying to our people.
Cocktail of toxic chemicals that can kill cells in your lungs and cause cancer. There's nothing sweet about vapes.
Great. You said
Of course, other than the sweet flavors and There's nothing sweet about them, except for they taste good and they're the fruity sweetness. And
kudos to Greg for doing that. We all should.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do it now because he did it. I'm not a copier. I'm not a follower, Kevin.
I did do the Billion Lives one for a while. I don't like moving my picture at all, and I did do it for them. For that,
I don't even know what my profile picture looks like anymore. Oh yeah, I still have the robot.
Cartoon.
No, I have the robot. Oh, I'm talking about the banner.
Oh yeah.
I have the Fat Elvis as my profile picture or whatever, Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, there's a tweet. You sent a tweet. Is this your tweet of the week, or is this?
It's the tweet of the week. Yeah.
Oh no, we can't show this. We can't show that here. We have to wait till
we can't show this here.
We have to have.
We don't like you people enough
in the Rumble
to show it to you over here. We're gonna go over there.
If you want to see it, you have to go over there to the Rumble. The Rumble.
Somewhere else.
Yeah. Let me here. I will do this. I'm going to copy this. And for all of you that are not on the Rumbles, this is your opportunity. I'm going to slap the link to the Rumble.
Ain't going. Nope.
To the Rumble. So there's the Rumble. That's tonight's show. You can go over there and hit the follow button.
It's the shell game. We're using coconuts, real coconuts right now.
We're playing our own version of the shell game because
that's right.
To be on Rumble and to be monetized, we have to provide unique content. So they're gonna have this content because we've been streaming over there live the whole time. But then there's a segment at the very end that is exclusive only to the Rumbles.
That's right.
Because there's no fucking way I'll ever get monetized on YouTube.
Not with that attitude.
No matter how many hours of content I provide them.
No.
So anyway, Kevin, say goodbye to our friends here because we're gonna go over there.
Goodbye to our friends here. I love all of you, whether Patrick likes it or not. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
You're allowed to like whoever you want to like, Kevin. I'm not your wife. I'm not bossing you or anything.
She can't control me. She's the boss of me.
I bet she can.
Tells me. Well,
I bet she can, Kev.
Fine. Yes, dear, you're right. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna play a little 2-minute thing, and then we're gonna go over there. So love you guys. We'll see you over there. If you don't go over there, we don't love you.
Hydrate.
That's how it is.
Hydrate.
Yeah. Drink. COPD, dying of end stage, COPD is awful. If you've ever seen somebody that has end stage COPD fighting for every breath, that fear of trying to get to the oxygen, trying to get that breath. Think about that every moment of every day.
Forever.
I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the fighting for that air, that panic. I mean, it's a primal fear that all humans have of suffocation. And we need to be more sympathetic to those people. We need to understand. I mean, like you said in the intro video, this is not a black and white thing, but tobacco control has made it a black and white thing. They've drawn a line. And they've said, this is the way you're doing it. And if you don't do it our way,
you're a criminal.
Forget about you. Harm reduction is supposed to be focused on meeting the person that you're trying to help where they are, not trying to drag them to where you are. If the patches and the gums work for some people, wow, that's awesome. You're not smoking. That's great. But for a lot of us, it didn't work.
Yep.
And they need to understand that there's not one magic bullet. There's not one solution to this problem that's going to solve this problem for everyone.